Listen. Imagine a shadow stretching across the oldest mountains, a shadow not cast by the sun, but by a presence too vast for the human eye, watching. They weren't meant to walk among us, these celestial beings, the Watchers. They looked down from their high stations, and they saw us. They saw the daughters of men, and their divine contract, the cosmic rule that separated heaven and earth, began to fray like old rope in their minds. Before we go deeper into this hidden story, subscribe if you want to uncover more truths most people never hear. Secrets etched in ancient stone that whisper of a time before the Great Flood, when the veil between worlds was thin enough to tear. Now, let's turn the page to the forgotten texts, to the Book of Enoch. This is not a tale of simple good versus evil, but of a profound, devastating cosmic error. The Watchers were a high order of angels, beings of immense light and power, tasked by the Almighty with a simple duty: to watch, to observe creation, to guard the boundaries, never to interfere. But pride, that insidious whisper, corrupted their flawless design. 200 of them, led by their chieftain Samyaza, descended upon the peak of Mount Hermon, binding themselves by an oath to defy the sacred mandate. They lusted for connection, for an experience of the flesh, and in that moment they irrevocably broke their sacred vows. They took human wives, and this union was the original sin of the heavens, a celestial fall that scarred the earth itself. Listen, the transgression was twofold. It wasn't just the breaking of a vow, it was the giving of forbidden knowledge. These Watchers brought gifts to humanity, but these gifts were poisons wrapped in beautiful paper. Azazel, perhaps the most infamous among them, taught men how to forge weapons of war, swords, shields, and breastplates, and he taught women the arts of seduction and vanity, how to mix colorful dyes for painting their eyelids, and how to create expensive ornaments. He introduced the very concept of conflict and prideful beauty into a world that was meant to be simple and pure. Other angels revealed the secrets of the stars, the power of roots and herbs for sorcery, and the creation of magical talismans. This was knowledge humans were simply not ready for. It was like handing a child a nuclear device. The intent may not have been purely malicious, but the consequence was catastrophic. The world descended into chaos, filled with violence, injustice, and a grotesque corruption that the sacred texts call the giants, the mighty, terrifying offspring of these unholy unions who consumed all the earth's provisions. The forbidden knowledge was dangerous, not because it was inherently evil, but because it gave humans power without wisdom, technique without morality. It fast-tracked humanity past its natural learning curve, giving us tools of destruction and ego before we had developed the spiritual maturity to handle them. Think about our own time, about how we relentlessly pursue every breakthrough, every secret of the universe, often without pausing to ask if we should, if we are prepared for the consequences of what we discover. Our human mind is driven by an insatiable curiosity, a yearning to understand the hidden mechanisms of the cosmos, the unknown. It's a powerful force, but as the story of the Watchers warns, curiosity without humility becomes a pathway to destruction. We are still today grappling with technologies and scientific truths that make us question our own ethics and future. It's a continuous ancient echo. Listen closely now for the final fearful consequence. The cry of the earth ascended to the heavens. The injustice, the chaos, and the bloodshed were so great that the higher archangels, Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, implored the Creator to intervene. The judgment was absolute. The watchers were bound in darkness, cast in the deep, an eternal prison to await the final reckoning. Humanity, deemed corrupted beyond repair, faced the great flood. A reset button pressed upon creation to wash away the violence and the unholy knowledge that had poisoned the soil and the souls of men. This story of the fallen watchers, preserved in the ancient scrolls, is not just a myth about angels, it's a profound teaching about human responsibility and the sacred nature of limits. It asks us to consider where true wisdom lies. Is it in mastering the hidden mechanisms of the universe, or is it in mastering ourselves? Is it in the creation of great power, or in the cultivation of deep humility? The Book of Enoch reminds us that the greatest power is not found in the secrets of the cosmos, but in the simple choice to act with compassion, to remain humble, and to walk a path of goodness. May these ancient whispers guide us toward wisdom, and may we learn the lessons of the heavens that fell, so that we may remain grounded in the light.